Good morning. I'm just finished meditating, sitting with a bunch of levels and layers of what's going on in the world and in where I am in the world. And I'm in just like working through this sense of energies are so different. Like there are these intense forces of power over authoritarianism, control at any costs, I will destroy you. That's happening in our government. It's not the only place though, right? There's a reason it's happening in our government, because it's a part of a lot of the systems we live in. It's a part of a lot of the families we grew up in. It's a part of the schools we went to. And it's now at the top of our government. And it's not like it's never been there, right? But this is a really stark, intense focus, power at any cost. At the same time, is the way culture is fascinated with things is pointing us again and again to something totally different, like the Artemis mission, right? We are allowed to see again and again the beauty, the inspiration of collaboration, of joy, of wonder, awe, reverence, love. We saw it, like tragically, horribly, but we saw it in Minnesota, in the resistance to ICE. It wasn't just fear. We also saw people being ingenious in the ways they supported each other, being creative, being incredibly loving, being unconventional, bringing the resistance into singing, into just really things that don't look authoritarian, things that don't lend themselves. It's not just there's a very authoritarian energy and then there's this reactive authoritarian energy the other way, right? These are entirely different types of systems. So different, but all the response to heated rivalry is similar. It's just this absolute joy at the I haven't seen it, so I'm just speaking from people I've been inspired by, this absolute joy at the purity of love and of kindness and of connection expressed between men. This movement, if this kind of wonder, love, unconventionality, we're doing things a whole different way. We're not trying to fit into the old system. If this was a weather system, it's like the pressure of that weather system is so different than the pressure of our political system and all the ways that's resonant with families and schools and other hospitals, other systems. And so as humans, as animals, all of us, we're living in this incredible tension between the two weather systems. And tension between weather systems is what creates instability, right? This is what creates thunderstorms, tornadoes, and there's a ton of instability. It's easy to think, oh, the instability comes from this part or that part, but the truth is the instability comes from being between the two, having them both happening at once, but being somewhat isolated. And for whatever reason this morning, that's giving me a sense of peace in me. The instability is, I don't know, I'm always thinking, does it get more unstable or are we done? Who knows, right? We could be just in the early stages of instability. We could have a long way to go. We could be about to have it shift. But when we feel this level of instability in of being between like different worlds. It's like being a kid and dad is one way and mom is the other, and these intense moods are happening in the household, or one parent and one parent. The tension is big. It affects us on every level. And right now, I think that in some ways the easy choice is to get caught up in the tension and to be going back and forth between and feeling it. And the more kind to ourselves choice is to root in what we can, to root in the knowing that they're both happening at once, to align ourselves with what feels right. And I'm not even the tiniest bit saying let's pretend the authoritarianism isn't happening, but I'm saying we want to place our feet so firmly in the place we want to move toward that each time we get knocked out of it because of the news, because of something that happens, because of someone we talk to, each time we get knocked out of it, we know the felt sense of having our feet placed there, and we replace them in the, I always think of Charles Eisenstein's book, we replace our feet in the more beautiful world our hearts know is possible. And I'm not trying to say we just put our feet there and that happens magically and we don't struggle or suffer. I'm saying we get the felt sense of it, and each time we get thrown out, each time another thing happens, we catch ourselves at one point and we're like, oh, wait a minute, I remember. Oh, this whole drama is ongoing. I remember where my feet are, the world I'm standing in, the world that isn't completely the one I'm living in, right? The world that may only be being born still, but it is alive in us, in our imagination. It's alive enough to be giving us these beautiful things we're inspired by in the middle of all the chaos. So that's where meditation took me this morning, and I just wanted to briefly share it in case you are feeling the tension of this weather differential, this energy differential. Yeah, we've got to work on a lot of fronts at once, and one of them is just recognizing that big things are happening in both worlds, and we can put our energy, we can ground our energy in the world we want to grow and work from that place. Okay, I wish you a lovely Saturday.